really good. So Lang is going to come down. Lang Netzler is my fellow healing sister. For serious, for real. Because Lang has a touch like Madame Butterfly. I've sang the role, but I was never her. So I want to give you your due and a beautiful introduction because she's a somatic healer. And you're going to see her in her beautiful aura. You're going to hear her, but I guarantee you, you'll feel her. That is what a somatic healer is. She's a philanthropist, as we all are, but she's a trauma release practitioner, women's wellness advocate, and she's a renowned acupuncture and acupressure therapist and somatic tissue release healer. That has a lot of consonants in it. And a practitioner committed to helping individuals and leaders heal from trauma, rediscover their purpose. When trauma is released, and that release, that word is in there because you are at ease in your body. Her work bridges holistic wholeness, leadership, emphasizing on how emotional healing can foster resilience and productivity. Lang will explore the power of somatic healing in leadership and economic transformation, because when you have that release, that emotional release goes into your physical, you have the financial blessing and you can bless society. But right now, we're going to be blessed by you, Lang. The next 15 minutes is yours.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joey, for those kind words. It's such an awesome introduction. Thank you. Well, hello, good afternoon. So, Majesties, Excellencies, distinguished guests, I thank you so much for letting me share what I have, what I know about trauma therapy, what I can help everyone to level up. And so I want to share about something that I call the prosperity nerve. And it is how forgiveness heals what ambitions cannot. So before we begin, I want you to do something with me though. We're going to do a quick little exercise to begin. And so what we're going to do is something called the butterfly hug first. So you're going to cross your arms and touching your shoulder. And so here's what we're going to do. In your mind, you're going to curl up your body as small as possible. But I know physically there's a constraint, restriction sometimes. But in your mind, when we are crunching up, in your mind, I want you to curl up into as small a ball as possible. But then physically, I want you to squeeze yourself as much as you can. So close your eyes. Breathe in through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 7 seconds. And then release that breath throughout your mouth as slow as possible. Now, the butterfly hug across the arm. Now squeeze your arm as small as possible. Squeeze, 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 squeeze the neck. Close your eyes, keep your eyes closed. Squeeze your arm, squeeze your whole entire body. In your mind, squeeze it into the smallest possible. And I want you to hold that squeeze, hold that compression. 3, 2, 1, and now release everything. Now that tension, there's some that I heard about. That tension that you release, it could be a tension from this morning. It could be a tension from 10 years ago. But it's a tension that has been held on by the body that we did not know. And you just release that. So even if we don't even identify what release that was, it could be carry on. That thing that you held on a moment ago before you release it, you could be carrying that through your meetings, through your negotiations, through your decisions with millions, maybe trillions, and leaving money at the table. So I come before you today, not as just a holistic practitioner, but as a survivor. So a small background information about me, that I shouldn't be alive. Because I was born in Cambodia during the Khmer Rouge regime. Some people know it as the Pol Pot regime. It's the biggest genocide in history. 1.5 million to 3 million people died within the just few couple of years in Cambodia. And that's through a concentration camp, forced labor, and starvation and all that. And my uncle died, my aunt died, my sister died. But I am here. And so I'm coming for you today to tell you that we can make it, that we became refugees to the United States. And then my parents, because of that, they have this goal of freedom. Freedom, not just physically, not just from the fear of the Khmer Rouge, but freedom from finances, freedom from physical pain, freedom from emotional pain. And they did, they succeeded. They own 5 businesses, they are debt-free. However, all those in the visible, the things that you can see, it seems like they made it. They made their dream. But there are things, something called the invisible wound, that they still carry. The invisible wounds that have scars that has haunted them. But I come to you today and say healing is possible. Because the journey from trauma to transformation is not easy, but it is real and possible. So one message that I want to leave you is that the most expensive thing that you have is not in your bank account, is not in your asset, but is in your body. And so I want to introduce you to the prosperity nerve, is what I call it, is why forgiveness is the most undervalued economic strategy on the planet. Unhealed trauma is not just a private pain. It is a hidden economic cost as a silent tax on the human potential that offers families, communities, and even nations. If we want to truly build a prosperous nation, societies, we must invest in our health. We must invest on forgiveness, on emotional wellness, just like how we invest in roads and technologies and computers. So because healing is just not possible, it's not just possible, it is profitable for you, your family, and your country. So let's talk about the silent tax that I just mentioned. The invisible tax, the trauma's economic cost. The economy of human potential is that unhealed trauma, suppressed trauma, acts as an invisible tax that's draining our creativity, draining productivity, capacity for innovation. And so let me show you what that means. So earlier today, Cassandra Cruz talked about fight or flight. So when you experience hurt, when you experience violence or betrayal or any type of hurt, your nervous system codes that as danger. So when there is code as not safe or not danger, your body goes into an emergency mode. And then when it goes that, so let me give you a metaphor, COVID. Everybody experienced COVID. It was worldwide, it was a pandemic. So during COVID timeframe, the government created a system called essential and non-essential. Non-essential personnel or workers stayed home and got shut down, so to speak. Essential personnel, essential company were still open and active. Let's talk about the non-essential that got shut down, that stayed home. What happened to them? A lot of things negative happened. So with that metaphor, with the body, let's go back to the body. So when the body perceived a threat, perceived an emergency, perceived that it is not safe, it prioritizes certain system as essential and certain system as non-essential. And so the non-essential functions in your body shuts down. And so it shuts down for a long time. It is offline and things happen, like health diseases. And so your body cannot tell the difference. So one thing about the memory, your body cannot tell the difference between a present-day threat versus an unforgiven past. And so when it is constantly in threat mode, your body is going to this fight or flight response. It is flooded with cortisol, adrenaline, all these hormones. The heart rate, the heart high blood pressure is up. Pupils dilate, vision is constricted, and the body and muscles are stuck in certain positions like fight, flight, or freeze. The survival mode. And so So when the body is stuck in survival mode, we lose functions as creative thinking, strategic thinking, intuitive wisdom, which is what I call the prosperity nerve. The prosperity nerve that's shut down when everything is always in danger. Because there's no time for that. Because if we're in danger, the body doesn't have time to create things we need to survive this. If the body's in danger, we don't need to digest food. Who cares about digesting food? Because we need to survive first. Reproductive system. Who cares about making babies? Who cares about the fertility system or the hormone system? We have to survive this first. So we need to get out of the danger mode so the non-essential function can work again. And also, when we're stuck in that mode, relational trust, we were too busy defending against threats that are from the past. The World Health Organization, did you know that the World Health Organization estimates depression and anxiety, which is rooted in unresolved trauma, has a cost to the global economy of $1 trillion. That's with a T. $1 trillion per year in productivity. But that's just not what we can measure. What about the deal that you didn't see because your vision was clouded by anger? What about the partnership that you sabotaged because you couldn't trust? What about the innovation that died, that couldn't pass the table because you're stuck in the past? So I know some might think about the word forgiveness is different. So that's why I want to introduce to you the power of forgiveness. And some people will say, what is forgiveness? It is weak. It is not strong. It is not character. I know some people have that belief system that I did not get here forgiving those who betrayed me. So forgiveness is a hard thing, but let's be clear. Forgiveness is not about them. It's about you reclaiming your power. So let's go through the list of forgiveness is not. Forgiveness is not condoning what happened to you. Forgiveness is not forgetting about the lesson that was to learn. Forgiveness is not about reconciling with toxic people. It's not about waiting for an apology. It's not weak. It is not about losing your boundaries. And it's not a one-time thing. So forgiveness one time does not mean everything is butterflies and rainbows and unicorns. It is not a one-time thing, it's a journey. So let's go to the other side, what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is releasing the power that the past has on you. Forgiveness is taking yourself off the judgment seat. It's reallocating your energy back to you, back to the present day. So you're choosing health over hurt and accountability. You're completing. So here's an important thing. Forgiveness will complete the trauma loop. So when a trauma loop is complete, there's closure. When there's closure, there's letting go. So in summary for that, forgiveness is a strategic decision to stop letting someone or something to hurt you from years ago to influence you today. So prosperity nerve, I introduced prosperity nerve. So prosperity nerve is something that I created to help people understand your ability to create wealth, success, and abundance because it's literally connected to your nervous system. And so when this is down, we cannot think clearly, we cannot see opportunities, we cannot build trust, and when we cannot create relationship because we don't have that trust. And we cannot access our full potential when a lot of our energy is sustaining old pain. Let me give you an example. Who has a smartphone? So let's say you have 500 apps open. What happens to your smartphone when 500 apps? I can't even say the apps word. Apps are open. So yeah, so that's equivalent. So if you think about every app that's open, it's equivalent to a trauma from the past that's has no closure. So they're all open, okay? So they're all running. So now your battery is draining very fast. Everything is slow in processing. you miss important notifications because there's so many notifications or stuck notifications out there. You can't think straight. So now, forgiveness is about pushing that X button on an app and closing it. Suddenly, miraculously, you have full battery again, you have fast processing, you have clear thinking, and you have better opportunity to receive things that are coming your way. Who wants to receive things that has their name on it? Yes. I see a few of you who wants to receive. So here's the thing. Forgiveness is not just healing or feeling better. It is about unlocking your capacity to succeed, to lead, to innovate, and to build health. Your nervous system, when it comes to the smartphone, your nervous system is just like the operating system for success in your body, mind, and spirit. And so when it's stuck in processing trauma, you can't run at full capacity. No matter how ambitious you are or talented you are, you just can't run at full capacity. So in other words, the prosperity nerve is your body's built-in system for clarity, for intuition, for peak performance, and unforgiveness blocks it. So who wants to learn how to forgive? So here's what I hear on my clients. My clients will say, yeah, I forgive them with their mind. Oh, I forgive them. But when I touch their body, it's like, are you sure you forgive them? Then how come this part is still in pain? This part is still in pain? They go, I don't know. I forgive in my mind. But then there's an exercise. So there's something called mind, body, and spirit to get them on the same page. And so we're going to do a simple exercise today to just get you on the first step of forgiveness. So the hand. So Dr. Jody talked about the hand earlier in the beginning. It's like the hand, there's 5 years. First Lady is going on 5 years for next year for her First Lady Economic Forum. We're talking about the number 5. We're going to do the power of the hand. Our humble hand has so much power. And there's acupressure. There's a forgiveness acupressure points on your hand to help you forgive, to help the mind, body, and spirit to be on the same page and forgive. So the index finger. There's a forgiveness acupressure point for self. So their self is, we are our number one most critic. We tend to judge ourselves. We tend to look back in the memories like, I should have done that, I should, I could have, would have, and all those phrases that just cause more trauma. That does not help. I should have done this, I could have done that. So the index finger is forgiveness for self. Now the middle finger, that is to forgive God. There are people say, oh, I'm not mad at God, but then they're mad at the circumstance. I can't believe this is happening to me. I can't believe this. I can't believe the universe allowed my mom to die. I can't believe cancer is taking over this person. I can't believe the world has so many negative things. So that is for God, or for some people, the collective consciousness, but which is God anyways. And now, we got 2 fingers identified. The last finger is the pinky. There's a forgiveness acupressure point for others. When others hurt you, you are to forgive them. So now, every one of you, I'm going to do a quick exercise. Pick something small. Pick an event that happened in your life, like yesterday, to make it easy. Now, if you want to do a big event, I am open for one-on-one consultation, one-on-one appointment, and I do virtual appointments. And so just for this sake of this time that we have, we're going to pick a small event, maybe yesterday, maybe last week, something small, and think about what triggered irritation, frustration, anger, or anything along those shades of anger. Pick one. And then you want to identify who you're mad at. Identify, were you mad at yourself? That will be the pointer finger. Were you mad at just a circumstance? That will be, might be the middle finger, depending if you're mad at God or not. If you're mad at somebody else, if somebody made you mad. Or if that will be the pinky. So let me show you, it's on the inside edge. So the inside edge of your nail is the forgiveness acupressure point. And we're going to tap it with the pointer finger of the other hand. So we're going to do it this way. And so while we're tapping, so I'm going to give an example. I'm going to make up an example. For some odd reason, my little pinky toe tends to find the couch. That couch should have moved when I walked, all right? So I am mad at that couch. However, the couch is a pinky toe. Or I could be blaming myself. I could say, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I didn't see that couch right there. So I am blaming myself for that. However, I said, oh, I can't believe that couch didn't move so I can walk freely. I will be blaming the couch. So I'm gonna pick the couch just for the fun of it. This is what I'm gonna say. So on the inside edge, I'm gonna say, I forgive the couch for not moving and allowing my toe to get hurt. And we always want to add an emotion to it. So I say, I forgive, fill in the blank, who made you mad, and then the second blank is what happened. So I can say, I'm mad at myself for not seeing the couch and hurting myself. Or I can say, I forgive the couch for not moving and hurting me. So now I want everybody, so here's the one, a psalm thing, is there is life and death in the power of the tongue. So you have to confess it out, to release it from your body. So when you're speaking, when you're confessing this forgiveness, you are aligning your mind, body, and spirit all at the same time because of the frequency of your words and because you're hearing what they're saying. Because faith comes by hearing. So you have to say it so you can hear it. Now, you don't have to say it out loud. It is something personal. You can whisper it, but you have to say it out loud. And you have to do it 3 times. So I want to hear people whisper or say it out loud and say, I forgive myself for hurting my pinky toe. So that's me. So you can say it 3 times. So say it 3 times and then you need to close it. We're talking about closure. We need to close it by tapping the karate chop point. 1, 2, 3. That is to close that statement and say, I am done with it. It's signed and sealed and sent to the subconscious mind. All right, so everybody, pick one, pick a memory, and then pick who you're mad at, and then you pick a finger to match who you're mad at, and then you say the sentence to get the forgiveness, to get it out of your body, because we do not want to suppress it inside of you anymore. Okay? So, I'm going to say my little sentence, but you guys say yours. Again, self, if you're mad at self, God is the middle finger, and others is the pinky. Okay? So I'm going to do mine. And you can say it 3 times, and then you close it with a karate chop point. I forgive myself for hurting my pinky toe. I forgive myself for hurting my pinky toe. I forgive myself for hurting my pinky toe. Now tap it. 1, 2, 3. Anybody want to share what they experienced something? Usually people will receive or feel some type of release. Okay? And so the power of the hand. So now I just want to end up, just want to let you know that I did write a book and that exercise is in this book. And it's Art of Healing Transformed Through the Power of Forgiveness. And so take a look at your little sheet that you can scan, and you can scan any questions, that QR code that's on that list that you received. Any questions in the comments, let me know. So thank you so much for letting me share how to forgive.
Beautiful. How did we know there was so much in our pinky? Yes. Thank you, and that was beautiful exercise, beautiful that we can go forth. It's just not here. It's what we do out in the world that will make the difference, beginning with ourselves. So, Maggie, do you have a little ditty here, or we?